Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Monday, February 8th, 2016. In the Lynn-Life we have some aspects of Luce and some aspects of Ra. In the Jamie Body Mind we have some aspects of Jack. We don't know whether or not these are the authorized aspects or some other aspects. We've had another fun night of Body Snatcher parade, and so we're unclear about that. But we know one thing. We've been dealing with these body snatchers for hours and hours and hours now, and we have got to check in with the other members of our team because presumably they are also experiencing troubles, possibly in a very similar way, possibly even worse.
That's true.
One of the beautiful aspects of angelically guided multidimensional energy healing for soul purpose is the paradox of simultaneous healing. When we take our focus off ourselves, turn around and help someone who has similar issues, our own issues can be simultaneously healed. Our intention for the videoed portions of the session are to support our teammates in dealing with whatever body snatcher issues they themselves are experiencing. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan. And with that, the videoed portions of today's efforts begin. We see we have to clarify that we have 24-hour around-the-clock cameras running from higher dimensions. We see all those little red lights that mean cameras are on, and we see them around the clock.
That's true.
We're going to have to work with that wording and see if we can discover a way to express it that is less misleading. What do I know? I know that the job of the leader is to set the right example.
That's true.
And I know that we have signals that the aspect of Ra's soul that we have called the conductor for many years seems to be present.
That's true.
And that some other aspect of Luce's soul is also present, because we can see our Luce down there in the lab working away.
That's true.
And yet there is another aspect of Luce here who is just gleeful at the reveals that are happening over and over again to the various body snatchers.
Yes, it's true.
And so to that Luce, I would say, can you see that this is not leading with integrity? Have you yourself crossed the threshold of the front door? Are your footprints in the approach tunnel? If they are, I've missed them. Maybe they are. Like, show me your footprints.
No, they're not
He
there.
looks very taken aback. Oh, me? Yes.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, and to the conductor we would say the same thing, is though we appreciate how both of you have worked with us this past 12 hours.
That's true.
But your feet need to have passed through the approach tunnel. You need to have walked through the front door. You need to get your GED from PICT.
That's right.
Until you have your GED, you aren't even eligible to move through the subatomic levels that are larger than PICT and smaller than where we are at Earth and its environs.
That's true.
And you've just come in the exit door like all the other body snatchers. Can you see that? And I feel like the conductor is just, I'm out of here right now, and off he goes to the approach tunnel. And
That's true.
I am so sorry. And that Luce also is, I am so sorry.
So sorry.
What's happening over there?
Yeah, I feel that same feeling of, I'm so sorry, and leaving, going down to the approach tunnel.
Yes.
There's a lot of debris left behind.
There's an awful lot of debris. And so to call to all the Search for Truth leaders and say, presumably you two are experiencing infections, like show of hands, who feels as though they've been invaded by their own higher souls, who may be the last ones to eject, quote unquote, but I feel as though Kosa's hand is up solidly, and Black Wolf's hand is up solidly.
That's true.
And PICT isn't sure who the troublesome presences are.
That's true.
But he's acknowledging troublesome presences.
And Jeff also is not 100% sure who they are.
The troublesome presences
but sure that they're troublesome.
what we have to do is discover what's going on with these people and look for the intersection of interests, because what we know is that this isn't their right place.
That's true.
But they somehow believe that this is their right place, or they wouldn't be here, or they have bad intentions. So first things first, let's just screen for anybody who actually has bad intention for the entire Search for Truth pillar, each of us for our own levels, and those levels smaller than we are.
That's true.
The amount of bad intention would seem to fit into a thimble. It doesn't seem like bad intention.
No.
This isn't a wave of poorly intentioned body snatchers. What we found at this level is the presences who had come in starting about, 4 yesterday afternoon.
That's true.
Seemed to be the presences who misdirected the previous wave of body snatchers. And what's refreshing about the levels we're working with now is that they seem to acknowledge the law of cause and effect is real.
That's true.
And these presences seem to acknowledge that they incurred a significant amount of bad karma by misdirecting their proteges to invade a physical dimension host, invade multiple physical dimension hosts without the consent of the host presence.
That's true.
Which is energy rape and is illegal.
That's true.
And by giving bad advice, they incurred bad karma. And they seem to have come in a twisted effort to balance their karma. And what seems to be missing from their assessment is that the laws of cause and effect also apply in the subatomic.
That's true.
In other words, that the subatomic presences are protected equally by these laws and are held accountable equally by these laws.
That's true.
So all of you team leaders, just turn to the group and have them come to you, like gather around, people who are outside milling around, come in.
That's right.
Gong,
Come
gong,
close,
gong.
come close.
Meeting called to order, and then ask for a show of hands. Who came here to balance bad karma you accrued by misdirecting another to come here? Looks like
all the
hands
are
up, but just in case, say if anybody else, if anyone came for any different reason, move and stand in the back of the room and we'll deal with you separately. I don't feel anybody moving.
That's true.
Videographers upstairs, cameras on please. It's really funny. You're going to want to get this on film.
There, I see all the little lights.
Right. So now team leaders at all your levels, simply ask your group of body snatchers to hold up for all to see the karmic record as it stood, their own personal karmic record as it stood right after their proteges broke divine law and incurred their own bad karma. And it looks like everybody is solemnly holding up a really black piece of cardboard or something like that.
That's true.
Yes, their own karmic record is all black. And now this is the fun part. For all these presences to themselves ask to be shown their karmic records as they stand now, and to hold up their karmic records as they stand now, having now followed their proteges into the same physical hosts that they suggested their proteges enter without consent. Kosa's laughing until she's crying. It's so funny.
That's true.
To watch what just happened. All those presences in the rooms are wailing like this is the absolute worst thing they've ever seen, because their karmic records have gone from bad to horrendous.
That's
because
true.
They themselves have broken a law. So now we're live streaming this up to all the videographers and saying quite clearly, this shows that karmic law of cause and effect, and in fact divine laws, do apply in the subatomic. Right?
That's true.
I see people up there rubbing their eyes and looking again, rubbing their eyes and looking again. It's like, whoa, that does seem to be what it shows. Okay. Divine laws apply here as well. What is your perception of what the videographers are doing?
Some of them are running away.
Yes.
And actually a large number of them seem to be running away.
Yes, it's terrifying.
That's true. And there are a few that are still recording.
Yes. That's fascinating. Why did they run away? I don't understand that.
I don't know.
It might be distraction from above.
Possible.
We just experienced distraction.
That's true.
Maybe they too are being distracted. That would imply that at even larger levels that there is still some kind of denial about the law of cause and effect applying in the subatomic.
Ah, it's true.
Or it could imply other things also.
Too.
We're just noticing that. That's odd. That's an odd reaction.
Yes.
Something's going on. Let's live stream this way up as high as we can get. Whew, something's going on.
That's true.
And now to our team leaders, our teammates, to help them finish the process and to show them the doors through which the first wave of body snatchers exited, and ask them to line up in whichever of those doors they feel applies to them.
That's true.
And then to start heading toward whatever it is that their protégés experience. They are simply stopping at the wrong point to evaluate the impact on their karmic record.
That's true.
If they were to stop here, this is what their karmic record would look like. All they have to do is keep going. Right direction, keep going. Right direction, keep going. Right?
That's true.
And what do we know? We know their protégés seem to have a lot more courage than the second wave.
That's true.
But the key to the team leaders is this, is to get them continuing on their path. Now, if they're going through thing one, we have to continue the process because we can't just shove our problems onto poor Phil.
That's true.
Right? That wouldn't be fair or right or correct or helpful.
That's true.
It's not what the situation calls for. But to get them out of this space and then to remove those doors so that at least they aren't coming back to search for truth.
That is true.
Community through the back door or side door, but instead the front door is always open and they're welcome to enter through the approach tunnel.
That's true.
And do it properly. And now to follow them into thing one with our efforts and to say to these presences, you see that portal on the other side of the portal, that space of light?
Yes.
There seem to be opportunities for the people of your wave of body snatchers. You have to qualify for those opportunities, and the qualifications occur on the other side of the portal. So far they haven't rejected anybody.
Not yet.
But we don't know how long the qualification process lasts. We're not really aware of what exactly is going on over there. We do know that there are good opportunities and that you have to qualify for them.
That's true.
And that many of your protégés, 90% of them, seem to have qualified for whatever it is because they haven't come back.
That's true.
So that's where most of them have gone. So you would also have to qualify. They're running away, or running through the portal, running toward the portal. You have to qualify.
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
The way they're running toward the portal felt kind of like the way those videographers were running. Like running very excitedly towards something.
It's interesting.
It is.
So first, show of hands from our teammates. Kosa, a hand up. She's good. Jeff, much better.
Yeah, better.
Black Wolf, better.
Better.
Picked, better.
Better.
Asha.
That wasn't so much the problem at her level.
Yeah, that's right. She says that's not what we have going on here.
We have other things on this plate.
To the teammates who have already been helped by this work, we can all turn around and help Asha's level with that work. Asha's level is the smallest subatomic level and the deepest pains, the freshest lies, or the oldest buried lies, the lies most recently brought to light.
That's true.
not the freshest, but the ones most recently brought to light are there, and it's our role to draw these up through us, higher, 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 through the reporting chain to an adult who should take responsibility for this. Let's all do that right now. I see that really big higher soul of Ra, and all of this stuff is just coming into his office.
Like a geyser.
Like a geyser, and he's not flinching.
No.
He's nodding, saying, okay, here we go.
I see this.
He hasn't run away yet. We'll see. I see what he's doing. He's unlocking the desk drawer where he locked that law. He signed a law yesterday, and then he locked it away. He's unlocking it. He's saying that we have to publish this. We have to make this known.
That's true.
And it seems to be the law that says something like the subatomic is also covered by divine decree.
That's true.
And his reaction to all this big mountain of lies, poop lies delivered to his office is, all right, well, there's the sign I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Is how it feels. I was waiting for a sign.
Well, that proves
there's
it.
the sign. That proves it.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
That's true.